Hello and welcome to week 5 of my container gardening videos. Today we're just going to go through an update on my plants and then a little surprise at the end of the video. If you enjoy my videos and want to keep watching, please subscribe, like my videos. If you have any questions about anything else throughout the video, just leave a comment down in the comments. Otherwise, here we go. So we'll start here. This is my dragon fruit cactus. I actually have 2 of them in here and they're both doing really good. It's 2 different kinds of dragon fruit cactus. I don't exactly know what kind they each are, but this one you can see has kind of 3 lobes on them on each of the vines, and then the ones down here have 4 lobes on each of the vines. And it's pretty interesting. I am interested to see what type of fruit they end up growing, but we'll just have to see what happens and if they live long enough. So next we'll do my prickly pear cactus, and that's doing very good here. Everything today is just doing really good right now. And we have the yellow squash or zucchini here, and that's doing good. Has a flower right there, so hopefully we'll see some fruit from that soon. Then we have my little lilac here, and that's doing good. Then we have my my giant elephant ears here, and those are doing really good in this pot. It's full of color and looks really good. Next we'll do my pomegranate here. That's growing like crazy. It's just a nice big bush here. Right now I'm working on all the other plants I watered today except for this one. This one's a lot more drought tolerant, likes drier soil, so have to let things dry out a little bit more for this one. Then we got my jelly melon or kiwano melon, whatever name you want to go by for it. And it has a bunch of little fruit showing up all around on it, which is looking really good, and hopefully I'll actually be able to harvest some from it this year. This is a plant that I've been growing since last year. Last year it just started to produce fruit at the end of the year, but it never ended up finishing. And by the time I moved it inside, it just dropped it all. So, and then here's my jackfruit tree. Don't know what's going on with it right now, but its leaves just started wilting and not looking very good. So I gotta try to figure out what's going on with that. Then we'll go up to the porch here. Here's my gigantic tomato plant. Just a ton of tomatoes growing all over on it, and it's just growing everywhere. I have harvested maybe about 10 tomatoes off of it so far, so not too many, but as you can see, there's many more tomatoes here to grow. And it's just taking over and just completely falling out of the container there. And around the end here, we have my miniature white cucumbers. And that vine's growing very well. And we actually have some cucumbers showing up on here. Right about, come on. Trying to get into view, but there's this one right here. That's about the biggest one on there. There's a bunch of other smaller ones here and there out on the plant, so it's growing quite a few little cucumbers all over the place. Look at my coffee plant, since that's right here, doing really good, just sitting on the little step right there. Now back to this big container. Then we have my atomic grape tomatoes here, both these in the spirals here. This one actually has a few little tomatoes starting to show up on it there. See if we can get some light in there. Another one there. Down here are my little tiny Aji pepper plants, and they're working on growing. They're taking their time, but they're getting there. And then we have my yellow crazy tomatoes here. And they got a bunch of flowers there that are doing very good. And then we have my Tiger melon on the corner there. It's growing nice and tall. We got Minnesota melons in the middle. And the Kiku melons on the end here. Those ones are way behind everything else because they were hidden and buried underneath my yellow cucumber for so long. But they're getting there. Then we have my miracle berries here. That's doing really good. My 2 fig trees here, doing great. Then we have my kumquat tree here, and it has 2 little kumquats left. It had a whole bunch of them on it before, but it decided to drop it. That's just our climate here trying to grow citrus. But it has 2 that are still hanging on and are looking pretty good. Then we have my clementine tree. It's just becoming a big bush right now. It's growing like crazy there. Then I have my pink variegated lemon tree. Looking really good. And then we have my lime quat here. Looking really good. It's actually growing a bunch of new little branches starting to right on the end here. Everything's looking great there. And then we have my other big grow box here. The big vine on the side here is the lemon cucumber. Completely taken over here. Growing like crazy. There's a bunch of extra cucumbers growing. There's one right there, a nice size one. There's another one back there. And a few more up there. So it's growing lots of cucumbers right now. We'll get a better view of that when we walk around it in a little bit here. Then we have my 5-color Chinese pepper plant there. And then my watermelon going right up the back here. Actually, right up here, there's a watermelon starting to grow right there. Looking good. There we got my Dieto jalapeno right there. It's growing very slow. It's kind of buried underneath the lemon cucumber. Just like everything is getting buried there. Then we have my kalu peppers. Growing nice and slow, just taking their time. My golden Marconi peppers. Habanada peppers, and then we have my walking onion, which is laying down, and it has onions coming up right there that are going. And then we have my Spanish mammoth, which a while ago got eaten by squirrels or chipmunks, and they just have not come back, and I doubt they are going to come back, so just have to see what happens there. And then we have my cucamelons on the side here, or Mexican sour gherkins, whichever name you want to go by, and those are doing great on the end there. Next we have my tomarillos, nice and tall. They're doing great. They got flowers up on top here and may soon have fruit, and we'll have to see how the fruit tastes this year. Last year it was very bitter, but for every year you have the plant, the fruit is supposed to get more and more sweet and produce more and more fruit each year. Then we have my ponytail palm right there, growing like crazy, doing great. And the Naranjilla right back in the corner here seems to starting to do pretty good right now. Has some nice darker green leaves, doing really good. And then my pear melon hanging up here, doing great. Has some little buds right there, some little flowers up back here. So that might gain some fruit soon too. Alright, now we're going to take a little walk to a special surprise at the end of the video here. But first, stop along the way. Here's another view of the yellow cucumber plant. There's another side view. Then we have some more cucumbers growing right here. Here's another view of all that. Alright, let's keep walking. I want to walk around the side here. And now, right back here, I have an in-ground garden I just made last week. I got this all set up in one day. It took me about 6 hours to get all set up. I tilled up the ground, put up the fence, Planted all these plants and put in some mats so that weeds don't pop up. Here's my brand new garden I got. We have a great landlord that decided that we could have a nice in-ground garden, and I made one. So back there we have some red beefsteak tomatoes. Right here we have some black Curum tomatoes. That's a little Roma tomato plant there. A Howden pumpkin plant. We have some lettuce. We have some Mexican red beans here. We have some blue pumpkins there, so those will be an interesting one. I'm excited to see. We have some Andean peppers there, so some nice hot peppers. We have some plain green peppers here. And then back here we have some golden California wonder peppers. So we'll see how all these turn out. I am glad I got a nice in-ground garden here. And I will show this garden and all my container plants in my videos. I hope you enjoy them. Please subscribe and like my videos. And I'll see you next time.